Hey guys, my name is Shashank and welcome back to this new video. And today in this video we will talk about that how to overcome your mobile addiction and how to manage your compulsion of using your smartphones unnecessarily. A lot of people requested me to make this video, so here I am with some real life strategies and tips to follow which will help you to overcome this problem. So before we proceed further, let me give you some statistics that in India, every year 9 lakh people die due to malnutrition. But on the other hand side, approximately 2.2 crore people are dying due to overeating, which is resulting to obesity and overweight, which means that food is not the problem. The problem is our compulsion of overeating. And similarly, your mobile phone is not the problem. The problem is our compulsion of using it unnecessarily, right? Because our mobile phones are the most powerful tool which we can have in our hands in the 21st century. And yet people are falling victim to this powerful tool because they are not addicted to their mobile phones. They are addicted to that content which they are watching on their smartphones, and they are addicted to the adrenaline rush and that dopamine release in their brains while watching that highly sensitive content, by watching those web series full of blood, action and fighting, those funny videos, those stupid pranks and those roasting videos which release a dopamine in their brains, and they get addicted to that feeling. So you have to understand that you are not addicted to your smartphones, you are addicted to the content you are watching. So you cannot manage the content you are watching until or unless you manage the compulsion of using your mobile phone again and again unnecessarily. And for that, I am giving you some simple life-changing steps which I have applied in my life, and I got some pretty good results. So you can also apply them and change this compulsion or this addiction into some useful habit. So let's see what are those practical steps. The number one is that you have to turn down all the notification on your smartphone. Because I have seen people who have turned every notification on their smartphone, and they receive hundreds of notifications every hour, and they spend their time swiping all those notifications, opening and replying to every text they receive, and opening every application they are getting notification from. But you have to understand that people won't die if you won't reply their every text message. And if someone really needs you, they will call you. So I have applied this rule in my life, and my life is pretty peaceful after this new rule in my life. So turn down the notifications of your applications on your smartphones. And number second is that you have to understand that every application on your smartphone wants you to spend more and more time on that application. But they're also giving you a power to manage that time. Let's say your YouTube, your Facebook or Instagram has these settings and the option to track your usage on this application, where you can set a time limit that I won't exceed 2 hours or 3 hours on a specific application, and you will get an alert after that, after exceeding that time limit. So you have to set a time limit on every application, and you will be able to track your usage every day. But when I tell people to reduce their time by setting a time limit, they do the biggest mistake. They suddenly reduce the time from 6 hours to 2 hours, and they won't be able, and they can't stick to that sudden reduction on this usage of that application. So you have to reduce your time gradually. So start by 20 minutes every week. For example, if your goal is to use not more than 2 hours every application, so you can start by reducing 20 minutes every week until you reach your final goal of 2 hours. So this is the second step, and you have to apply it and stick to it every day. And number third is that you have to set a new rule that I won't use my mobile phone within the 30 minutes of waking up every morning. And you have to write this line on a plain paper and stick this on your wall and repeat this line every night before you go to bed and every morning after you wake up. This way you will keep reminding your mind that I have to stick to this new rule. And gradually you will see that you are finally able to change your this old habit of picking your mobile phone within the 30 minutes after waking up. So follow this new rule, write it on a paper and stick it on a wall. Number 4th, you have to put your charging mobile charging point away or at some distance from your bed and your study table, because even I have done this mistake that putting my bed or my study table just near to the charging point so that I can charge my mobile phone while I'm using it. And this is the biggest mistake which people do, and they get addicted or they get sticked to their mobile phone or whatever they're doing on their smartphones for hours and hours. So you have to make sure that your charging point is at some distance from your bed and your study table. And every time your mobile phone reaches the critical level, you have to put your mobile phone on a charging point and forget your mobile phone for the next 20 minutes until it reaches the 100%. Until then, utilize that time in reading a book or practicing your hobby or doing anything other than using your mobile phone. And number 5th is that you have to use the phone locking applications. If you are a OnePlus user, there is an inbuilt application which is called the Zen mode. You can use it where your mobile phone will get locked for 20 minutes and you will not be able to use any application except receiving the calls on your mobile phone. If you are not a OnePlus user, you can download the applications which are available on Play Store. I will mention them in the description. You can go and find out on the Play Store, install them and use on your smartphones. And for those 20 minutes, you can do some productive things. And finally, the most important, start practicing meditation every day. Because meditation is one of those most important rituals which you can have in your life, which will help you to keep focused on one thing at a time. And if you are meditating by focusing on your breath, then you will be able to train your mind to stay away from your mobile phone for at least 20 minutes. And this way, you will be able to manage your compulsion. And if you don't know how to practice meditation, I will share all those lessons in my next video on meditation. So that's all for today's video. Apply all these 6 simple steps in your life religiously and you will be able to manage your addiction of smartphone gradually over a period of time. So that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for having me. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay healthy, keep learning and stay tuned for my upcoming videos.